little pauses to me, man, that shit sounds so incredible to me. I want to get back to the song. This shit is nasty.
I'm gonna start this back from the beginning. Charismatic frontman can do a lot.
Yeah, boy.
Can do a lot for a band. They can make a band and kill a band.
Nasty though. That is nasty.
Wrong to me.
That is nasty.
The riffs and my man Peter Steele's voice.
Really, it's like nails on a chalkboard to me, guys. So, but we're gonna get through it. We're gonna get through it. And it's never mind. Keep it going, George. just keep it going. Check us out on Patreon, guys, where we give you our exclusive access to all of our videos, 186 videos and counting.
Bangers too, though. Bangers. You know, nothing too shabby. I mean, I don't know, like a Led Zeppelin marathon. We got Metallica on there, some Megadeth stuff. You know, I'm just saying, just throwing that out there, man.
What's up, guys? Your boys are back. I'm Ryan, my man, George.
What's up, guys? How you living out there? Shout out to the free thinkers, of course. Shout out to everybody that's been following us on Def to Radio, our Instagram, DEAF2 Radio. That's also our website, deftoradio.com. DEAF2 Radio.com is our website. It is a membership site. It's a site we've been working on for some time. It is a site that we are currently prioritizing because we want it to be just about the love of music, sharing your love of music, commenting, having good discussions. How the channel is going to move is we look on our site first, look at what people are requesting. That's our first priority, and then everything else, all the other platforms come secondary. So definitely get involved with that. Sign up, register. It's a good way to support the channel, and it's free for everybody. We have our paid exclusive account, but it is free for everybody. Check that out.
There you go, man. And also, man, as always, make sure you guys like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Make sure it's set to all so you get all of our videos as they drop. Up-and-coming artists, you know what to do, man. Click the link in the description. We'll do about 60 seconds of your song in front of one of our up-and-coming videos to get you some exposure. So make sure you check that out.
Jamiroquai.
Yeah, man.
I have heard of Jamiroquai. I remember Jamiroquai doing... the funny thing is I thought Jamiroquai was one person. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, doing his thing is what I was about to say. I don't know if I remember hearing songs from Jamiroquai. I just remember the guy with the big hat. I remember seeing like... this guy with a big hat that was dancing on a ceiling or some shit like that a long time ago. So I don't know if that's like, I don't know if that exists, but I think that's what I remember.
Okay.
Never really got into Jamiroquai though. And I remember Jamiroquai was doing their things kind of in like the mid 90s to early 2000s from what I remember. So we pulled up the wiki on this and it says Jamiroquai is an English funk and acid jazz band from London formed in 1992. They are fronted by vocalist J.K. and were prominent in the London-based funk and jazz movement of the 90s. They do acid jazz, they do rock, they do disco, they do electronic, Latin music. Looks like they lyrically the group has addressed social and environmental justice. K has remained as the only original member of the several lineup changes, so shout out to JK. And it says here, as of 2017, Jamiroquai had sold more than 26 million albums worldwide. Their third album, Traveling Without Moving, in '96, received a Guinness World Record as the best-selling funk album in history. Wow. Okay.
That's crazy.
The music video for its lead single, Virtual Insanity, also contributed to the band's success. The song was named Video of the Year at the 1997 MTV Video Music Awards and earned the band a Grammy Award in '98.
Wow. Okay.
Maybe we've heard this because I used to watch the MTV Video Music Awards for sure. I used to watch that like I was locked in at that time. So maybe I just remember the name Jamiroquai, big hat. That's all I remember. Dancing on the ceiling. I don't know if I've heard the song, but let's see. Shout out to everybody that's been requesting this on Def to Radio. This is for sure where we've gotten this request. Make sure you guys, if you aren't a member, join the site. Get involved with those groups. We got the Lost to Metal group. We got the Top Reaction group. We have our groups that really are buzzing with information and just engagement when it comes to music. So this is where we got that request from. I ain't gonna name names, but there's a couple people that have been going hard on the site. Yeah. You know, not everybody's comfortable having their name put out there. So this is for the people that have been requesting Jamiroquai on Def to Radio. Here it is, Jamiroquai, Virtual Insanity.
We're living in, let me tell ya, and it's a world that man can eat at all. When things are big that should be small, who can tell what magic spells we'll be doing for us? And I'm giving all my love to this world, only to be told I can't see, I can't breathe, no, my will be, and nothing's gonna
Give me a song where this dude scatted, because I feel like he's on the verge of scatting right now. Like that jazz scattiness. He's got that. Definitely when it says acid jazz, I hear the jazz in this. And I hear the funk in this in terms of how the music sounds. I believe I heard I think I've heard this somewhere. Maybe just the chorus brings it a little bit, but it is very, very fuzzy for me. Like, this is definitely not one of those where I'm like, it's instant. I feel like I've heard it around, but this is like, don't get it fucked up. This is a reaction.
I hear like Stevie Wonder influence a little bit in here, you know? It sounds like something that a Stevie Wonder would perform on. Call out. You know, that's what it reminds me of, you know? So I think it's funky, and I hear the electronic elements in the back too. It's jazzy, you know? So it's just, it's done in a way that is, the word that comes to mind is just different. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it sounds bad, but it's just different. But I do think it sounds good, but it's just a little different.
Yeah, it feels like it's he's singing, but it does feel like it's on the verge of almost scatting. It feels like an unorthodox cadence for what this groove is, right? But it kind of works to me though. I can see why it worked. Like, and then the chorus was catchy. Virtual Insanity. Like, the groove is cool. It's smooth as hell. Yeah, let's keep it going though, man. Yeah, good choice for you guys for us to get to this. This is something a little different for us. Let's get back to it.
And nothing's gonna change the way we live, 'cause we can always take but never give. And now the things are changing for the worse. See, wow, it's a crazy world we're living in, and I just can't see that half of us immersed in sin is all we have to give. These futures made of virtual insanity now always seem to be governed by this love we have for useless twisting of that new technology. Oh, now there is no sound, but we all live underground. And I'm thinking what a mess we're in. Hard to know where to begin. If I could slip the secret ties of earth the man has made, and now every mother can choose a color of her child. That's not nature's way. Well, that's what they suggest today. There's nothing left to curb a brain. I think it's time to find a new religion. Whoa, it's so insane to see this as another strain. There's something in these futures that we have to be told. Futures made of virtual insanity.
About some real shit in here though. I'll tell you that. He sounds like is he referencing CRISPR, the genetic altering software, or
Which is crazy.
yeah, you know, like, I think that's interesting. It's interesting that he's saying it's a virtual insanity, and I look in where we are now. We just kind of had that video with Drake and the AI and AI making music, and we know what technology has done. We know some of the benefits of technology, but we also know some of the downfalls of technology. So it's interesting that this song seems like it could for sure be related to today. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy how relevant it is to the role that technology is playing on society today.
What do you say? Now every mother can choose the color of her child, you know, which is not nature's way. And obviously that's kind of man-made, you know. And he started that verse with saying, like, I'm thinking about the mess that we're in, and it's hard to even know where to begin. 1996 is when this was made, man. And I kind of feel like this is where you were going with that. Like, you look at where we're at now in technology and technological advances, man. It is very scary to know what's going on, and just how quickly AI is kind of taking over, or not taking over, but it's kind of being adopted, and the things that it could do. And we're just in the what we think is the beginning stage. We don't really know how long this has been in the works, but from a mainstream level, we're at the beginning, embryonic stages here. So this can really turn into some Skynet shit, Terminator type shit. Who knows, you know? But it's interesting that he was kind of talking about that in 1996.
Yep. The reliance on technology, right? Or just the usage of technology and what that's doing and how that's changing the fabric of how we operate on a day-to-day basis. Like, he's referencing magic spells. Yeah, it says up here, actually, as I'm looking, when it's kind of talking about the song, it says virtual insanity is primarily about a dystopian future in which humanity is so dependent on technology that the world barely functions. There we go. All right, man, let's get back to it.
And now every mother can Future's made of virtual insanity. Now always seem to be governed by this love we have for useless twisting of a new technology. Oh, now there is no sound, for we all never find out when. Oh, future's made of the virtual insanity. Now they always seem to be governed by a love for this useless twisting of a new technology. And now there is no sound, for we all live underground. Yes, we do. Oh, now this life that we live in is all so wrong. And out of the window, you know that there is nothing worse than a man-made man. There is nothing worse than a foolish mind. Yeah. Virtual insanity is what we're living in.
You know what's interesting? You know what this made me think of this? Because we almost did the video. We probably wouldn't have showed it to you guys, but we almost played the video on YouTube, and we ended up going. We saw right below it that it was the longer version of it. We were like, they would kill us if we only did the video.
Right.
Sometimes we do that. Most of the time that happens, we don't even know. So we saw 5 minutes 41 seconds versus the video, which was like 3 minutes some change. And we were like, okay, yeah, let's do the 5 minutes 41 seconds version because we know that you guys always want us to hear the full version. And this is an example. I think we all get on record labels for fucking making artists, go the poppy route and do things that aren't real to the artist. We get on them about shit, but sometimes the record label, I think, gets it right with making certain suggestions. I feel like this is an example of that, and I know y'all gonna probably kill me for this, but I was telling Ryan, I was just like, yeah, I see why they cut the video. I'm gonna listen to the video version after we finish up here, because I think that could be playlist for me, man. That's just a smooth, cool ass groove that I can see myself rocking, man. And I think as it went on, it was growing on me a little bit. He's got a unique approach, but I'm really rocking with the groove of that. And but the extended version, the one that we just listened to, it was kind of taking me out of it. So what they did after the song probably ended in the video, when it just kind of went on and on and on, it just didn't grab me. It just lost me a little bit. I know that there was a lot of great instrumentation going on, maybe even a bit of improv in there, which I think is really smooth and slick. But I just think that it went on a little too long. Just keep that little ba-dum boom cat, ba-dum boom cat, doing this little scat singing thing. End it within 3 minutes. It's a cool, fun, groovy, jazzy joint. Funky joint, I'm cool with that. But after like that 3 minutes or whatever, it got just maybe a bit self-indulgent. I don't know. Shout out to Jamiroquai, man. Solid joint, man. I'm see if that's playlist when I listen to the short version on my own.
And I think it was just an enjoyable listen from the aspect of it just being different for me, man. Not playlist for me. I don't think it would ever be playlist for me, but I do appreciate what was happening here. And I love the subject matter, man, because that's something I could really get lost in as far as technology. Because, I think he said specifically, nowadays we seem to be governed by this love we have for useless twisting our technology. You know what I'm saying? And that line right there, I don't know if I would say that technology is useless, you know what I mean? But I would say that it definitely governs us. And I do think that is a scary thought, because I'm a technology driven person. So that's why this is super interesting to me as far as the subject matter. Song, I more so appreciate what was happening there. It really, I don't think I got into this. I got into it probably in parts, but not. It's a little wacky to me. It's like the wow, and it's like it's just a little wacky to me. But I do think it's lighthearted. Now, I would love to see this at like a festival or something. I got a drink in my hand and I'm kicking it. Yeah, I think this is a really good for settings like that for me to digest this a little bit better. But being in a room and stuff like that, it's a little unorthodox, a little different from what I'm used to. I would probably have to be in the right setting for me to kind of fully indulge and digest it, but I do appreciate it, and I love the subject matter. The subject matter, like I said, that could, if this was like a podcast type thing, speaking of that, we may have some podcast type videos coming out on Deaf to Radio. If you're going to be on Deaf to Radio, you'll know about that. But if we were in that kind of a setting, I think that would foster a really good conversation
absolutely.
about the technology or the destruction of the world from a technology standpoint. So
Yeah.
that's kind of how I feel about it, man. But I am definitely interested to hear more by Jamiroquai, though.
Give us some more from, actually, I think you guys did give us more. I think it's on our site with Jamiroquai, so we'll check that out to see other suggestions from them. And shout out to everybody that gave us this request. If you guys enjoyed it, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I'm George. That's Ryan. Las Vegas. We out.